We are live. This is the NBA rundown. Not sure if I'm solo today or not. Hopefully, Tyler will join us really soon. Last night, for subscribers who Nuke the House, 2 and 3. A little disappointed that under in Detroit because obviously that would have got there, but they went to overtime. Always a problem when you do bet the unders. So, that one didn't go well. I would say the over in Toronto was just a complete miss. We got the Charlotte side right. We got the Toronto side right. Missed both of those totals. One of them was a good cap, bad break. The other was a bad handicap. And finally, to close out my night, I'll take it. I bet on the Lakers, but, it's nice to see them lose. And let's give some credit to Franz Wagner. And, it's nice to see the Lakers fan turning on their coach already. So it's too bad. I wanted to say what's up to Jonathan Nelson, but, of course, he only shows up in the chat after the Lakers win. So, that's what you get down in those SoCal fans. Can you imagine if Kings fans did that? We would never be in a chat. That's why Kings fans remain superior. So we'll get it moving. I don't know. Hopefully Tyler will jump in here. But I have done the projections. I pulled up some trends for you guys, and I'm ready to dive right in to today's slate. The first game. Oh, here we go. Perfect timing, Tyler. Perfect. Great background. How are you feeling, Tyler? I was just saying, hey, if I'm going to lose a bet, I'll take it with the Lakers loss because we laid it with the Lakers last night. They did not get it done for us as Franz Wagner hit that shot. But did you watch the games last night, and what were your takeaways?
I did. I caught the end of the Lakers game. I didn't watch the beginning of it. I was watching the Steelers spread. Browns got them. Weller, Jameis Winston. It's just an ugly game.
Talk about that.
I figured you didn't want to talk about it, but
bro, do we want to give them a bonus real quick right now?
What's that?
Bonus NFL coverage.
What NFL coverage we got?
Bro, should we just lay it with the Packers? It's out to 5.5, but still.
The dogs are barking, so I don't know.
Okay, I guess that's a sign not to. But no Boats and no Purdy. This just feels like a Packers smash spot. I wish we would have played it earlier at -2.
That's the other thing too. We seen -1, -2, -3. Now we're gonna bet it at like -6. That just lines up for us to get screwed.
Both is probably worth 6 points though.
Yeah, and Brandon Allen's gonna be the quarterback.
Yeah, unless they sign Daniel Jones, huh?
No, did you see this thing I sent you before the show?
Yeah, I hated that. I threw it.
The Raiders are targeting Daniel Jones.
Yeah, might as well. Nothing worse. All right, and I got a couple lines for tomorrow, Tyler, so we can do a little preview on that. But we're going to start with the Philadelphia 76ers, who are taking on the Brooklyn Nets, Tyler. And my guess is, since we have no idea whether or not Joel Embiid's playing, we're not going to bet this game. What are your thoughts?
I thought there was news that just came out on him. Let me double check.
Was there? There wasn't. RotoWire.
I'm not at my normal setup, so I only got one screen.
The news that I had was that Maxey is still on a minutes restriction, but he will play more than he did in that loss to Memphis. Yeah. To me, it's Brooklyn or pass.
Yeah, I kind of like Brooklyn. I'll say that. I wish we were getting a couple more points, but Phillies look terrible. I said I was giving them one last shot in that last game against Memphis. They didn't get it done. So I'm out on them. Brooklyn has Claxton in, and we've talked about it. That's something we need when we want to back Brooklyn is they need Claxton in the middle. If Claxton's in and Embiid happens to miss, now they have the advantage in the middle. Ben Simmons returned to Philly too. You get another little bump there. Even
if he doesn't matter. As much as I like to clown on Embiid and dunk on him because he's not my style of player, and I don't think he's as funny as he thinks he is. Then again, you guys don't think I'm as funny as I think I do, so maybe I do have something to come with him. But he wasn't the reason we lost that bet.
No, he played well.
31 points. He had 10 rebounds. There were some times that the effort was lacking, but overall, I didn't think that he was an issue there. So my point is we can take the +5 And even if Embiid plays and goes off, I still think we're good. We've seen this with other players too, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think Brooklyn +5 is the way to go, and I think they can honestly win this game. Well, can we get on some alts on Cam Thomas's points? I mean, this is a spot he could go off.
For sure.
Let's see. What is his points proper rate now? It's 22.5. I like the over there. I like a 25 plus a +125. He gets really hot. 30s 3-1.
All right. Let me pull that up right now. So do we want to make Brooklyn official or no?
We'll come back to it. But I do lean the Brooklyn side right now.
All right. There, guys, that's where we're leaning. Of course, we'll give you a free play here at the end of the show. But to get all the plays and to be notified immediately as I place them, and Tyler places them, and Sean places them, and Keg places them, and Coop. Oh, you guys know the deal. Become a member, Nuke the House, promo code Nuke November. Get you your first week free. Tyler, one thing I want to note is we are not going to play any more unders in the NBA Cup. We've done it twice now. We've lost both times. Overs are 18-8 in cup play. So it's over or pass for me on every single game we talk about here. I just want to point that out because the projections are going to have us like the under, and we're not going to do that. All right. The Boston Celtics they're now down to 15.5, Tyler. Wow, the Wizards at +16 are taking money. It's down to 15.5, Tyler. Thanks for liking the show, Clyde. Appreciate that. 238.5 is the total. I don't know, Tyler. I didn't want to get involved in this game. Do you?
I kind of lean towards the Washington side. I mean, Boston off the big Cavs win. Like, this kind of is a spot where they kind of come in flat, I would think. But it's an NBA Cup game, and actually, this kind of leans more toward the Washington thing because the couple Cup games we've seen Boston play, it doesn't seem like they take the Cup all that serious. Like, I think that matchup with the Cavs was more of just, it was the Cavs, they were undefeated. They didn't want to hear the talk if they lost to them that they were the second best team in the East and the Cavs were now one. So I think that was more of that. I think this is just a spot they go through the motions, and I would lean towards Washington, but I don't think I end up on Washington here. What do you think?
Yeah, Washington's taking a little more money down to +15 as we speak.
There's no Horford. There's no Porzingis still.
Care.
I mean, they're just going to be small on the inside.
I got the Celtics winning by 17, Tyler.
I probably end up staying away from this one.
Let's not play it. If you want to play this game, player props is probably the best way to go. Who would you be targeting? Just the big names?
I'd target Tatum's rebounds for sure without Horford in there. Someone's got to get the rebounds for Boston. He's going to be their biggest player on the floor. I highly doubt the backup big that they're probably going to play a lot in this game. What's his name? Neemias Queta?
Oh, yeah, he was the king.
Yeah, I don't see props for him anywhere, but if you can find rebound props on that guy, he was crushing the boards. He's going to be the big in this game for them, so don't hate that. And they have some Pritchard props here. What's a Pritchard threes prop against Washington, who doesn't play very good defense? Over 3.5 +130. With a 16-point spread, if Boston does blow him out, Pritchard sees some extra run. He could hit 4 threes in this game.
Yeah, and I don't even think you need to worry about that. But good point on these big games, especially with a team like Boston. Let's target players that we think that will get run regardless of the blowout or not. And Peyton Pritchard is one of those. Projections are going to like the under, but we just discussed that. It's over or pass. Honestly, if my projections had this a little higher, I would play this game over. But
yeah, I could see this being a spot Boston lays the hammer down. It looks like a Boston team total here.
This actually went down a little bit. It was high as 240 earlier, I believe. Where did I put it in this morning? No, it's 237, so it's going up. My bad.
127.5. I can't play.
Oh, I was thinking of that Bulls game. We'll get to that one in a second. All right, Tyler. This is the first one that I think I want to make a play on. The Milwaukee Bucks are laying 5.5 against the Indiana Pacers. And we've talked on this show already, and Caitlin Cooper put it out, the difference between Halliburton at home and on the road. If Halliburton can't get things done, how is Indiana going to keep pace here? I like the Bucks. However, I normally, sometimes when I really like these spots, Tyler, I'll just bet them and let you know, hey, that's what we're on the show. But I haven't. And one of the reasons is Indiana's 4-1, just straight up the last 5 times they played Milwaukee, and it was in the NBA Cup last year. This trend goes back to then. The NBA Cup semifinals, where almost feel like a similar situation. I can't remember where it was at. I almost think it was in Milwaukee. We laid it with Milwaukee, and the Pacers won the game. That's the main thing keeping me off it. So I like the Bucks and I like the over. They call me a square bear in this game. What do you think?
I lean with you. I would lean towards the Bucks. Man, this is just a game where it's like the Pacers have had their number, but it just doesn't seem like it's the same Pacers team.
That's one thing that's keeping me off. Yeah, Pacers.
Yeah, but just like you said, you look at Halliburton's game logs. Like his last game on the road against Houston, 4 points, 8 assists. Then he was in Toronto, 16 points, 4 assists. Then he had, where's his next game? At Orlando, 9 points, 11 assists. At Charlotte, 6 points, 9 assists. Like, these are terrible games on the road. His last good game on the road was at Dallas, November 4th. He had 25 and 12. My other worry here, though, Spread, is Milwaukee's defense is so bad that this could be a spot that Indiana does play well, and he does get it going. So I'm going to lean towards Milwaukee. If I'm going to bet it, I'm going to bet it through Giannis because there ain't a matchup on the floor for him. Like, he could easily score 40 points in this matchup. Whatever his points prop is, I'm taking the over, 32.5.
Another prop I would be looking at is one of the big differences in this Milwaukee team. Remember, they started 2-8, and we were having fun on this show, writing their obituary. And my funny joke, it was so funny. Brook Lopez is my age, right? But he's starting to play well again. I would be looking at Brook Lopez props as they attempt to bring Turner out of the paint. Siakam, I don't know. I know nobody's going to stop Giannis, but he's probably one of the players that's best equipped. I mean, who's better? Who's better to defend him, though?
Victor.
Well, yeah. Okay. The defensive player of the year. Besides the defensive player of the year. All right, fair enough. But you guys understand my point.
I see where you're coming from, but I mean, I've seen it too many times where where Giannis is matched up with Siakam in Toronto or even with the Pacers. He's just flat out dominated this matchup.
Yeah, and it's like as much as I like to dunk on Embiid, I consider Miles Turner to be one of the better defenders in the league, although he's fallen off.
I'll get you exact numbers on how he's played against Siakam.
Yeah, please do that.
But as we do that, you could take us into the next game that I'll bring us.
No, we'll keep going with this one. The total's gone over in 11 of Indiana's last 13 games. Tyler, I'm also looking at it over here too, 236.5. My projections have this at only 232, but we know there is that NBA Cup inflation. I kind of like the over here too. So after you find that, give me your thoughts on playing that total because that might be my favorite total on the board so far.
In his last 5 matchups with Siakam, these are all when he was on Toronto because he didn't play in that playoff series. So he's had in his most recent matchup, he played 28 minutes only. He had 16 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Game before that, 22 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists. Game before that, 30 points, 21 rebounds, 10 assists. 30 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 23, 12, and 8. So
Tyler using facts and logic to destroy my theory that Siakam is built well to stop Giannis. So, all right. Well, that makes me like the Bucks even more. Tyler, when we get to the end of the show, we'll decide if we're going to make that official. But
I think we should be on the Bucks the more I look at this game spread.
Do you want to just play it right now?
Yeah, let's play the Bucks.
All right, let's see. I got 5.5 at Bookmaker. Let me check here at Bet Online to make sure I can get.
I see a Giannis double and win at -115. I do not hate that.
At the double, yeah. All right, NBA basketball. Yeah, 5.5 on both books. Bookmaker's giving me less juice, so I'll play it at Bookmaker at -103. All right, that's our first play of the day. Let's go, Tyler.
Talking about Lopez, I'm trying to see if there is a performance double on him to hit threes and they win this game right now. Because I wouldn't mind something like that. Maybe
Yeah, I
like
don't
three
mind that either.
threes and like, yeah, Brooke. I know that's blocks. Those are rebounds. I am not seeing. Oh, Brooke Lopez 3+ threes and Milwaukee wins plus 235. I do not hate that prop at all.
All right. I like that as well. Let's move on to the Hawks and the Bulls, Tyler. Hawks are laying 1.5 in Chicago. The total is 247. That's a cup total if I've ever seen one. I've projected these teams really close. I kind of want to take the Bulls here. To me, it's Bulls or pass. I'm not taking the Hawks. Bulls are 4-1 straight up in their last 5 against Chicago. They seem to match up well. However, Bulls, it's not the same Bulls team. 4-1 straight up, 4-1 against the spread, though, in their last 5. What are your thoughts here when the Bulls take on the Hawks?
Doesn't this feel like a battle of offense versus defense?
Who plays defense?
The Hawks play better defense than the Bulls.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. They're still not a very good defensive team, though.
They're all right. But, I mean, I kind of lean the other side of you in this one. I kind of like the Hawks. Mm-hmm. They have nobody on the injury report for this game. The only guys out there are Cody Zeller out and Seth Lundy. Are we really worried about those guys? No, Patrick Williams is out on the other side. That's another piece missing from Chicago.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken, these teams haven't played this year, right? Or no, they have one matchup this year. They played November 9th. But other than that, those trends mean nothing to me because, one, DeRozan was still on the Bulls, and two, DeJounte Murray was on the Hawks. It was just a completely different setup team. Now you pulled DeRozan off the Bulls, who could go get a bucket whenever you needed him to. You replace him with guys like Giddey. You take Patrick Williams off the floor. You don't really replace him. So I lean the Hawks here. Jalen Johnson's been playing very well. I'm going to target some of his props. And in a pick'em game, basically, give me the Hawks. I think they win this game.
All right. It doesn't look like we're going to get there with the play, but my final.
And then I do have one prop. I have to go on Twitter to find the tweet.
Okay.
Where is it? The guy tweeted out it was Clint Capella's 21.5 points plus rebounds plus assists. And this is Clint's averages versus Vucevic. 27 or this is last games. 27, 36, 31, 26, 30, 29, 27, 27, 42, and 30. So he's hit that prop last 5, last 10, last 20. He's 100% for this prop. I'm going to target some Clint Capella props too.
I like that a lot.
Shout out to that guy on Twitter for that. What's his name? Kyle.
My final argument here for the Hawks is that it just feels like they've been on an extended road trip. So just look at the schedule, right? They travel to Detroit on November 8th. Then they fly home to play Chicago. That's where they lost, but of course they were on the back-to-back, right? Then they head to Boston. Then they go home for one game against Washington. Now they've been on the road. So it's like, even on those home games, it's not really like a home game because you're traveling home and then you're traveling out right afterwards. So I think there could be some fatigue here for Atlanta, but I could see why we're on opposite sides here. Maybe that Capella prop is the best way to look in this. So if Tyler plays that, he will put that on the sheet in nukethehouse.com, and he'll put it in the NBA bet section in the Discord of Nuke the House. Become a member. Nuke November. Tyler and I cannot agree on which side, Hawks and Bulls. Let us know in the chat if you're playing that game. The Golden State Warriors are -10 against the Pelicans. Tyler, this game is so easy. We either bet the Warriors or we don't bet it. I got the Warriors by 14. Why would we not bet this?
Yeah, I like the Warriors here. This is just a matchup, too. It's the Pelicans. Pelicans stink. So I do not trust them, even with the guys back on the floor. It looks like Ingram's back. Is that Jordan Hawkins at his back?
Oh, is he? Oh, wow.
Ingram's in, and Jordan Hawkins is in, and Trey Murphy's off injury report. So they got 3 guys back. Still no Herb Jones, still no CJ McCollum, still no Zion. I still like Golden State here. They're just a better built team. I think they're coming together. They're going to be a team to be reckoned with in the Western Conference, it looks like. So I like Golden State here -10. I think they put it on New Orleans in this spot.
Yeah, Elfrid Payton's still starting. I think we take the Warriors.
Yeah.
You want to make that official?
Yeah, let's take the Warriors too. Okay. Take the Warriors and the Bucks.
I just bet it right now. Okay, I got my Warriors -10 bet in. Let's keep it. We're not touching the total here, right?
No, nothing on the total for me.
Because projections like under, but we don't play unders in the NBA Cup. The Portland Trailblazers are now plus 13 against the Houston Rockets. Tyler, this was 2 nights ago, because today's Friday. The Blazers were plus 13 against the Thunder. Are the Rockets that good?
I think the Rockets are that good spread.
Okay, fair enough.
The other thing I want to talk about here too, this NBA Cup, like we talk about teams having motivation to win it. This is a very young Rockets team that hasn't accomplished anything, and they look like they're playing very hard. Mm-hmm. I thought maybe OKC was going to be the team that ran away and tried to get this NBA Cup, but without Chet, they can't do anything. They can't really rebound. I know Hartenstein looked good, but I'm not sure they bounce right back into form. Houston's still 12-1 to win this NBA Cup. I think that's worth a shot. What do you think?
I just worry that they're just going to give it to the Lakers.
I mean, that was the first one. I don't think this works the same as last year. So I like Houston at that price, and I like them in this matchup. I'm not sure.
I would just hate to bet Houston, and then we're sitting there watching like the semifinal game, and the Lakers have a 38-13 free throw advantage.
I mean, that happens sometimes, but I would take the
All right, so I have this game exactly at 13. Are we just fine staying away from it?
Yeah, I'm fine staying away from it. I lean towards Houston, but I don't see anything that says we should take them here.
And it's another one where I don't think my projections are accurate on Houston totals because Houston kind of started off as a slow-paced team that was really defensive-oriented. But in the last 5 games, they've been in the top 5 in pace. So I don't want to just switch my metrics totally. I did notice that, though, when I was putting the numbers in, how different the full season totals and pace were for the Rockets over just the last 5 games. So there's an uptick on pace, which is why even if this wasn't a cup game, for me, it'd be over or pass because I don't think that my projections, and I know the books use a fairly simple deal like I do. I don't think the projections are accurately accounting for how much Houston's picked up the pace. The Dallas Mavericks are plus 3.5. We're still waiting on Jokic news, though, right? I mean, that's why I didn't even bother.
I see props for him, and the spread tells me he's in.
But they could, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
The other thing too is like we don't know this for a fact, but like we think he was back in Serbia.
No, we know he was in Serbia.
Yeah, but now if they're going to react with the spread being pushed to -4 and show props for him, that's got to tell you he's in the U.S., right? Mm-hmm. They're not going to list stuff for him if he's still not in the country.
Yeah, so they would list him as a game time decision if he was still in the country.
So I think he's playing tonight. He's rested too, man. Like he's going to come in. He's going to put up a
You're not worried about jet lag?
No. I think a guy like this spread could roll off the couch.
Isn't it like a 15-hour flight?
I don't care. I think a guy like this could roll off the couch and give you a triple-double.
Yeah. All right.
Like you could just go wake him up in the middle of the night and be like, "We need you to come give us 30 minutes."
So are we landing with Denver?
Yes, I think we should. No Luke on the other side. I like Denver in the spot. They get the little jolt back from their guy being back. He's -120 to get a triple-double in this game, so they took that away from us. But let's see what like a triple-double and win is at. Let's see, triple-double and win plus 160. I might take a shot on that.
Fair enough. All right, let's talk about that after the show. I don't know if I want to get involved there. I was listening to Ski earlier. He was targeting Kyrie props. I thought that was a good idea as well.
I don't hate that either. Jamal Murray's been terrible on defense. Kyrie's had some good games against this. What was that?
And the backup is Russ.
Yeah, like he's in a nice
Seems like a big night for Kyrie, right?
Yeah.
All right, the final game of the night, Tyler. Sacramento Kings are -3.5. They're in Los Angeles. They're taking on the Clippers. The total has come down. It's 221. When I did these earlier, it's now 220. It's because the Clippers have held, I believe, their last 4 opponents under 100 points. The Clippers beat the Kings in Sacramento earlier this season. The Kings have rested, though. Their last game was on Monday. The Clippers' last game was on Wednesday against the Orlando Magic. where the Clippers got the straight up win. Spread was about the same, I believe. They might have been +4, +4.5, but it was about the same. To be fair, this line did open at 1, and the Kings are taking money. And Tyler, my buddy Sino that I do the wagering world with, he's on the Kings too. And I'm rooting for him. And I want to get there. But here's why I don't think I can. I don't want to bet a team on the road that doesn't defend against a team that's just littered with defenders. Do you see my point? Like, it's just there's
I see
two
where you're coming
opposite
from.
sides of the team.
You guys are
and
getting
I want the
Sabonis
defense.
and DeRozan back right here.
Yeah.
I think that's big.
Well, yeah,
Could
obviously
argue,
it is.
you could argue you guys have, what, 4 of the 5 best players on the floor tonight?
Yeah.
Fox, Sabonis, DeRozan.
Yeah, and then
They
Harden,
got Harden.
is in the mix.
Who was that?
Because Powell's out. So the rest of the
Powell's
starting lineup
out.
will be Chris Dunn, but he's a good defender. Amir Coffey, another good defender. Derek Jones, really good defender. And Zubac, who's very solid for a center.
I lean the Kings spread. I mean, I know it's a defensive sound team, but we just think about how we've capped these cup games. We don't want to take unders. Looks like offense is prevailing in cup games. One team's littered with defenders, and they don't really got bucket getters. The other team's getting 2 of their 3 best players back to pair with their best player, who's been playing out of his mind. Give me the Kings. I think they win this game by margin.
All right. Tyler likes the Kings. All right. There we have it. What's our favorite play out of everything for today?
You want to give them the Bucks?
Sure. The 2 that I bet so far are the Bucks and the Warriors. So one of those 2. We'll get out 2.
Yeah,
we got the Bucks and the Warriors.
Yeah,
those are our
Bucks
2
and the
best
Warriors.
plays. Tyler and I are going to continue to talk. We're going to put the stuff on the sheet, and we'll notify the Discord anything else we add. But, guys, I want to thank you guys for hanging out. This is nukethehouse.com. We'll be back next week. During December, I might push the show a little earlier. I'll talk to Tyler about it, see when I'm working, because I'm going to be picking up some stuff over at UPS, which I haven't done for like a month. My body's not going to be ready for it. Got a good lift in today, Tyler. I'm feeling strong. So, final words for the people before we get out of here.
Before we get out of here, I'm going to build a little quick parlay for them. With some of these guys we were just talking about, because there's decent odds on some of these guys get double doubles and win, triple doubles and win. So let's go. Giannis to double double and Milwaukee wins. Jokic to triple double and Denver wins, and Sabonis to get a double double and Sacramento wins. That gets you a 10-1 ticket.
All right, say it one more time for the people.
It'll be Jokic triple double and Denver wins, Giannis to double double and Milwaukee win, and Sabonis to double double and Sacramento wins.
Fair enough. You heard it from us. This is nukethehouse.com.